Hey folks, and welcome to Drinking Alone with Friends, a podcast where three friends drink alone together. My name's Chris.
What up? It's Tud.
And I'm Obert. And bad news, we're breaking tradition this year, folks.
Are we?
What do you mean?
Yeah, well, you know, as we've established back, I think, on episode 13, your new Thanksgiving tradition is releasing to this episode the day that it comes out.
Oh, right.
At the Thanksgiving table with all your friends. This year it's a Monday that
now,
the episode comes out.
Can I point something out?
So.
We could technically release this episode on Thursday. Nothing in the rule book says we can't.
Nothing says we can't, but we've already switched it once. You know, I think our new tradition is you got to listen to it on Monday, and then, you know, you can tell your family when all the funny parts are coming, which is basically all the time when you listen to it again with them around the table on Thursday. After, again, remember, delete it, re-download it, and then let's do it again on Thursday.
Now, here's something that we haven't thought of yet. Who's to say we don't release it on Monday and then again on Thursday?
As a new episode, but it's really the old episode?
I like where you're coming with this.
It's the same, because we want people to be able to, you know, wake up on Thanksgiving morning, pour themselves a beer or a coffee, one of the two.
As you
whichever.
do on Thanksgiving morning.
Exactly. Right? And you know, download their favorite podcast episode. So I think we just got to do it twice. We got to do it twice, you guys.
So this episode is not only episode 113, but also 114? Is that how that works?
113.5.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
Dana is super pumped to drink in the morning on Thanksgiving. I didn't know this was like a thing, but like she's like bought mimosa stuff and everything.
Okay. This is your new tradition.
Right. My new tradition is apparently being drunk before noon.
I drank a keg last year on Thanksgiving. Not a whole one, but I was drinking out of a keg from the time I put the turkey on the grill to the time it was bedtime.
There you go. Did you start the turkey in the morning? I assume so.
I think I did.
It was all a drunken blur.
If my memory
Do you remember
recalls
the
correctly,
part about the story with the keg?
if I recall correctly, I think I did put it on in the morning. And then I sat outside and watched football for, 7 hours while it cooked.
Oh, man, football. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's a great holiday. Such a good holiday, you know?
Yeah, a little damper this year, I think, for some families.
Yeah,
but,
that's true.
You know, you still have us in your ears, no matter what.
Right.
That's
Whether
true.
it be Monday,
we're
Thursday.
assuming you're listening to it Monday and Thursday.
So Obert, speaking of after Chris and I covered our Thanksgivings, how's your Thanksgiving going to go? How's your trip in Connecticut going?
So that was a very interesting leading question, but I appreciate the transition here. I got rear-ended the other day, sadly. Silver lining, I'll be able to stay in Connecticut with my parents for Thanksgiving.
And indefinitely going forward.
Yeah, well, I mean, the car will be fixed eventually.
I really actually have no idea what is going on with your car. Like, you got rear-ended, but when's it going to be fixed?
I need some new parts. Parts have been ordered. They have not given me an estimated completion time yet. But, I'll keep the podcast informed, or I won't. And you're just going to hear me recording from Montana one day, and I'll say, I made it back home.
I'm home.
Yeah,
but
as of right now, I'm in Connecticut till ? But that's okay. Spending Thanksgiving with my parents. Nothing bad about that.
No, there are worse things in the world.
Right.
Hey, at least you don't have to do the cooking for yourself this year.
I could be driving across the country with John Candy. Or no, Chris Farley. Chris Farley was in that movie. No, it was John Candy. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could be doing that on Thanksgiving.
That is true.
But I'm not. Yeah. So that's the update on me. Fortunately, no injuries in the accident. The car that hit me wasn't damaged, so that's good news for them.
I'm glad to hear that the other car was fine.
I was worried.
Yeah.
I was worried about them.
It was a Jeep with like a big tow bar, and the tow bar is what rear-ended me.
It was more of a push bar at that moment.
It was. But yeah, the Toyota 4Runner is in the shop getting fixed.
The 4RR4 needs some repairs.
It does.
Currently, it's only a 4RR.
Yeah, or 3RR3. I don't know.
Oh, man. Well, that's
But-
something to be thankful for.
Yeah, in the spirit of Thanksgiving and having us all recently grace each other with our presents and, more importantly, some might argue, our beers. We did some beer swapping a couple weeks ago, and we decided this week to show how thankful we are for our co-hosts by opening a beer provided by them and reviewing it on this episode of Drinking Alone with Friends. So, without further ado, Chris, what do you got for us this week?
All right. Well,
Hang on. No. It's not time yet.
It's beer 30, and I'm thirsty. I've been working like a dog all week long, so maybe something cold won't hurt me. 'Cause it's beer 30, and it's time to party. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Sorry, with slight ado further. That's what I should have said. With a little bit more ado, what do you got?
He was about to say, Chris, right after this awesome sound drop, tell us what you got. So
it's our intro into beer reviews.
Obviously, we all know that. It's been around for hundreds of episodes. So I have. It's fun that Obert was the one that led me into this because I have an Obert beer. So thank you, Obert. I'm thankful for this and you. This is from Drecker Brewing Company, which is a very highly sought after brewery in North Dakota. And this is their Metaphase, which is a DDH double IPA. So it's a Didahadipa. I have not had any of these beers before, so I'm pretty excited about this. The can art is pretty awesome. Kind of like psychedelic brain. Oh, it's a split skull. That's what it is. Oh, ho, ho, look at that. So
But underneath it, it kind of looks like an octopus is popping out.
I think
At
that's
least
the
to me.
brain and
I think
like
it might
the
be-
spinal
yeah.
column.
But it's like
Yeah.
a whole like the brain is like from the top to the bottom.
it's an octopus. Yeah. No, it isn't an octopus, but I can see it. The spinal cord and all that stuff, and the blood and the gross. But very cool can art, and like apparently this beer's impossible to open.
Oh, ruining all that dentistry.
Do we have a sound
Don't worry.
effect for dentists?
Do you have a dentist sound effect? Don't worry, I went to the dentist the other day, so my teeth are super clean.
They're very strong now and
they're very
able to
strong.
open this beer.
So I'm pretty excited for this. I've heard from friend of the podcast, Instagram friend, That Darn Cat. She is a big fan of Drecker beer. She posts about it all the time and spends billions of dollars there. So I'm pretty excited to try it for myself.
Yeah, so I picked this up from the brewery, and I can say from firsthand experience, I can see how you could spend millions or billions of dollars there. Very cool spot. I think I posted some pictures from there on our Instagram a few weeks ago. It's in Fargo, which is technically North Dakota, but it's like the North Dakota-Minnesota border. And I have not had a bad beer from these guys yet. So I think you're going to like this. And I think Drecker, you can get them in one of those beer boxes like Tavor or something like that. And I think that's where a lot of people have tried them before.
Oh, okay,
Now-
cool, yeah.
Obert, was this the beer that when you were over my house that you shared with me? This Metaphase?
Yes. I don't know. I don't remember.
I think I've had this one.
Okay. Because, I've had, I brought back, I don't know, 8 different varieties of Dreckers. So it's hard for me to know which ones I've shared with which peoples. But yeah, check your Untapped.
Check your Untapped. Nice. So poured it in. Had a nice head on it. It actually still has a little bit of a head on it. It's a nice hazy boy, looking really good, like a orange juice type of pour. The smell taste. I mean, I do get some citrus notes from it, but not a ton. Not very aromatic. Like I have to dig deep. Now maybe it's because I've been cold. Not cold. I've been sick with a cold or a corona again for the 1,000th time. I don't know.
Yeah, if you can't smell it and you can't taste it, then I think that means that you have
No,
the
no, no.
road.
I can smell it. It's just that my smelling holes are a little blocked up right now. Okay, but it does have a nice. Now that I'm getting more of it in there, it's got a nice little taste aroma to it. So let's see what we got going on. Wow, this is very good, very good. So it's pretty bitter. I don't know if you've had this one before. It's got a decent amount of bitterness to it. And the hops are Citra and Nelson Sauvin, which are on here. And
I like Nelson Sauvin.
I was gonna say it adds like a nice balance to the Citra, which is pretty nice. Like I do get some tropically, not like Citra flavors, like some of those not tropical citrus flavors, and but it adds like a nice little like a nice little kick to it almost. The Nelson Sauvin does, yeah, like right on the end. It I don't know exactly how to describe it, but they work really well together. So, yeah, this is a very good beer.
Would you describe it as New England style?
I mean,
It's Viking style.
it's Viking style. I mean, it is unfiltered, but I don't know if it's quite. I don't know if I would say it's a New England style, but it looks the part. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a hazy IPA.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna
All right.
call
Coming
it
down on the hazy side of the line.
yeah.
So it's
Hazy
not.
side
So
of
it's
that
not.
Venn diagram.
Yeah, it's definitely hazy, but it's just not juicy enough, I don't think, to be a New England style IPA. There's some hints of citrus in there, and then Nelson Sauvin. I don't know. Have we done a hoppy hour on them? We might have a year ago, but we might have. We might have to do a hoppy hour on this if we haven't, because I'm curious as to what I am tasting on the very tail end of this. It's very good though, very solid double IPA.
Yeah, those are my thoughts as well. I really like this beer. I can vouch for everything Chris is saying. I don't have one in front of me, but I think I did get a little bit more juice factor than Chris, which is why maybe I was leading you with that question. I got a little bit more closer to the New England side of that hazy spectrum than I think you're picking up.
I believe I did too. This is definitely the beer that Obert brought over and allowed me to try. I definitely got a lot more juice. I thought of it more as a treehouse-esque, like old treehouse style-esque beer.
Yeah, I mean it's there. I don't know if it's as juicy as some other ones, and like I don't know, Treehouse has that distinct taste to it that I like. I don't know. We talk about Treehouse a lot, but they've always had that distinct taste that I kind of only associate with them. This is very good though. This is a solid double IPA. I like the hop usage. I like the bitterness because this has got to be close to, if not 100, it's got to be close to 100 IBUs. And I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna give it a 4.25. I'm torn between probably it's like a 4.35. You know, like it's very very good. I was toying between the two, and I do think that Drecker has significant hop hype associated with them, so I do think it's going to be very highly rated on Untapped. I'm going to say that it has a 4.37 on Untapped. Lock it in. Play the music. Hit the music. Is that it? Oh. Is that the one? Oh, I was like,
It's 1,417 check-ins. 4.25 is the average.
oh, okay. So I'm right there. Right.
Yeah.
Right on the money.
I'm right there with them. So okay. So I don't feel as bad. I figured there was going to be more hop hype for this than that. But
Yeah, so I had given it a 4.5 when I tried it. I thought it was great.
it is. It's a very good beer. Very good. Can't take
Yeah,
anything away from it.
I think I gave you guys a can of one of their single IPA variants, the Ectogasm, which has, just spoilers, higher hop hype. It's higher rated on Untapped, but I think I like the Metaphase better. I think the Metaphase was fresh when I picked it up. I had to go to a separate packy for the Ectogasm, so I don't think it was as fresh. That might have something to do with it, but who knows?
Wait, the Metaphase is more fresh.
Yeah, I got the Metaphase straight from the brewery. It was brewed like within a week. It was canned within a week of me picking it up.
Okay.
Yeah, the Ectogasm was they were out of them fresh at the brewery, so I had to go to a package store to find it.
get the used ones.
But I love you guys so much that I was willing to make another stop on my cross-country road trip at a separate store just to get that beer.
I know.
That's awesome.
Now I'm gonna have to throw some more of these in. I just going through them. I was like, oh, there's so many good sours and blah blah blah. I'm like, I just got to start throwing more in the fridge. But very good beer. Thank you, Obert, for picking it up for me on the way through. I do appreciate it. But alas, it is someone else to thank someone, and I think
you're welcome, Chris.
You're welcome, Chris.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. So Tud,
Yes?
wait, hold on. Play the music, or do you not do the music?
No, I do the music.
Okay, we all get music.
Can I pick my own music?
No.
You must have this music. So, what beer are you thankful for, Tud?
So, this year, I am thankful for a beer that Chris gave to me.
Oh, twist.
I am drinking Antisocial Butterfly from Resident Culture.
Very nice.
It is a hazy IPA hopped with Mosaic, Simcoe, and something called HBC 692, which
that's my favorite HBC.
yeah,
That's
I
my
really
favorite
feel
hop.
like, depending on how this drinks, I really think that this should be the new official. They should rename it, the Drinking Alone with Friends hop.
Yeah.
Yes. This is going to be a true test because Resident Culture Tud begged me to go to, and apparently I told him no. And
He did.
if you asked
We
him,
all know the story.
Yep.
Yeah.
And but also I know Tud not to be a huge Simcoe fan, so I hope it doesn't ruin it.
Yeah, so this is, just to fill everybody in, because we haven't discussed it enough on the podcast, this is the brewery that the people who kidnapped me said that we should go to, no matter what. And Chris did not want to bring me there, so I did not get to go there.
It had nothing to do with you almost missing a flight.
Right, no, nothing at all. We went to another brewery.
Yeah, we didn't have time for both breweries. That's the problem.
This can art is really cool. Go check out the Instagram to look at it. It is a butterfly, and on the wings of the butterfly it looks to be like a picture of a room. So there's plants, there's a keyboard, there's a record table, a cat, and a person laying down and reading a book all by themselves, being an antisocial butterfly.
Nice.
All right, so on the nose, I get a lot of citrus fruits. Specifically, grapefruit and mango, but it smells extremely tropical. I don't even smell that much Simcoe. Usually I can pick Simcoe out, because Simcoe has a little bit of that funky, like, foot smell to it.
The bad nose smell in your in Tud's nose.
The beer, it retained its head pretty well. It's still kind of hanging out there. So let's go in and dive in for a full mouth taste. It's interesting. It's a lot more grapefruity than I expected it to be. Really grapefruity. Almost to the point where, like, that's all you get as a flavor. Like, it's grapefruit and bitter. It kind of reminds me of a heady topper. In that way. It's almost entirely that flavor. Huh.
Tastes like a heady clone to you?
Very much so. Smells entirely different on the nose. It smells like it's going to be a haze bomb, that it's going to be super sweet and super New Englandy, the what we now consider New England style. But then the flavor is OG New England style, where it's high IBU, super dank, grapefruity, almost to the point of like being more of a West Coast because of its IBUs, but it's not quite that bitter.
Middle Coast.
I'm gonna say Vermont. I mean, I guess Vermont IPA could be its own classification at this point.
Vermont, you're part of New England, and you're gonna like it.
Definitely some like pine on the back end, but not a whole lot. It kind of. I wish I had a heady topper right next to me to taste them at the same time, because I feel like that's what I'm drinking.
Can't you find those in Connecticut now?
You can.
Right, go get one.
Well, I was going to, but then I had this thing happen where two friends came to town and they brought an obscene amount of beer to me.
If you find a 4-pack, I'll get it. I'll take it off your hands. So.
Oh, you would split it with me.
Or I'd take all 4 if you want.
I don't know how you get to me,
too.
considering you don't have a car, but
that's a good point. There's Ubers. We have Ubers in Connecticut.
That's true. No, this is good. It's solid. It's easy to drink. It weighs in at Jesus. I will tell you this: the one thing I don't like about Resident Culture is that their cans are black, and therefore everything is hard to read.
Check on that bright orange side.
It's not there. It's down here. It's 7% ABV, and it is written in like the darkest color possible on top of a black can.
Yeah, that's like super black.
Yeah, it's really difficult to read, but it is 7%. I think Heady Topper isn't it like 7%, 8%? No, 9.5.
I think it's
I
that
have
high.
no idea.
I think it's 8.
You're the New England resident here, so
Yeah, you're the damn Yankee.
Yeah, but Ober, I believe that you've confessed that it's like one of like your favorite beers of all time. Shouldn't you know this information?
you got me there. I'll look it up. You keep reviewing.
Yeah, I don't really taste the Mosaic. I mean, I don't really taste the Simcoe either. Usually I don't like Simcoe, and this is good. I'm going to chalk this up to the HBC 692 as the reason that I like this. This is this Mosaic and Simcoe all mixed together equal a good hop for Heady Topper. So, if, Alchemist, if you're listening, which I assume you are, if you ever run out of
Resident
hop,
Culture.
if you ever run out of your hop profile for Heady Topper, which I believe is Citra and Citra, I have no idea what hop profile is in a Heady Topper. But if you ever run out, this three mixed together, you can make yourself a Heady Topper.
There you go.
Find out the ABV on it.
It's I can't tell you the hop profile of Heady Topper, but I can tell you it's 8% ABV and 100 IBU.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess that this is 100 IBU as well, considering its similarity to Heady Topper. I'm gonna give this is good. I'm gonna give it a 4.25. I think it's a little misleading with its smell. I was expecting something completely different from a flavor standpoint, but 4.25 is my goal, or is my guess. It's my rating. Sorry, my guess. I'm gonna say, Resident Culture does have that hashtag hop hype, kind of like Drecker. I'm gonna give this probably not somebody's. It's not everybody's cup of tea. 4.12.
Pretty darn close. Not bad.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
So out of 1,227 check-ins, it is a 4.06. So you were pretty close. 0.06 off. Not bad. Not bad.
I beat you by 0.1 on the guessing game for Man of the People.
For IBUs, it just says nah. So
Nah.
not gonna tell us.
There's none in there. Nah.
I did like the description they have on here though. It's citrus and pineapple in your face with hints of ripe mango and luscious white peaches in summer. I thought that was very descriptive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know if I've ever had a white mango.
No, it's white peaches in summer.
Ripe mango. Ripe mango.
Ripe
I've
mango.
never had a white peach either.
Yeah.
Have you had an
Yeah,
HBC 692?
That's probably what it is. So we'll say, Tud, I don't know how many of the Resident Cultures you've had yet. I enjoyed Antisocial Butterfly, but there are some of their other ones are way better. So I'll let you know that.
I haven't had the other ones that you've given me from this trip, but I
but
did
you
have
had
the
ones
ones
before.
Yeah, I had the ones that you sent to me over the summer, and whatever the one that I drank on the 4th of July was fantastic. I don't remember that one, but I took a picture of it. It's on the Instagram somewhere. It was amazing. It was that one that you guys both raved about as well.
Yeah, I had a can of the Lightning Drops last night, IPA. That one was really good. I was a big fan.
Yeah. They're spectacular, but
If only I had gotten to go to the brewery last time I was in town.
you'll just have to come visit once the NFL CBA is over. That's all that means.
All right, so see you in 2024.
Yeah, that's about damn right, huh? I just want them to play football already.
They're going to have Tokyo Olympics too.
Electric Boogaloo.
They're just going to give up on 2020 and move it to 2024.
All right, so with that, I'm going to hand the review section over to Obert.
Okay, so last but probably not least, there's only a 1 out of 3 chance least. Someone has to be the least every episode. We got to admit it, but we could say none of us are the least. Last but definitely not least.
Well, isn't third? First is the worst, second is the best, and third is the one with end the rhyme with
chest.
big hairy chest, treasure chest.
This is beer courtesy of Tud. Thank you very much, Tud.
That's this guy.
That's you. And
There's two thumbs.
Also,
and it's this guy.
Also courtesy of hashtag Brewery of the Podcast Labyrinth. They've been on a roll lately. They've been on quite a few episodes.
All
here.
the episodes.
Yeah. But it's also hosted by Weathered Souls Brewing Company. And if you follow the beer industry closely, you might know what this beer is. And this is the Black is Beautiful beer. We've mentioned it before that this is like the beers that have been out there to support, people affected by wildfires or people affected by COVID or whatever. This is a beer specifically brewed as a collaborative effort to raise awareness for the injustices people of color face daily and raise funds for police brutality reform and legal defenses for those who have been wronged, right from their website. So I thought that was pretty cool. What Weathered Souls is asking of all the breweries, such as Labyrinth, who brew this beer. They put the recipe out there for anybody to do. They have the can art that everybody's using. It's a very cool, I guess I'd say mosaic of different shades of black and brown. They ask that anybody who brews this beer donates 100% of the beer's proceeds to local foundations that support police brutality reform and legal defenses for those who've been wronged, and commit to the long-term work of equality. So definitely a cause I support. Good on Labyrinth for joining in on this effort. That all being said, let's drink some beer. It's been a long episode so far. I'm not going last any next episode. I've been going last too many in a row. Calling it now. I got to go earlier. So I have their website with the recipe on it, and just like we talked about in last week's episode with the Brewer's Choice, they give you a starting recipe and they ask you to tailor it to your own brewery as you see fit. So on this recipe, they say that, Weathered Souls is in Texas. They said in Texas, we have very hard water, so they use RO and add calcium chloride to adjust ppm. But they say they use Cascade hops for grain bills. A lot of those black malts. They have dark chocolate malt, black malt, caramel, flaked oats, two-row malt as their grain bill. And not a ton of bitterness in here.
You would expect that from a stout, not a ton of bitterness.
Right. They have in their recipe a bitterness of 65.2 IBUs. And, this is fun. Estimated color, they say 46.4 SRM. So
there you go.
We'll assume, I don't have the color wheel in front of me, but we'll assume that this is there. It looks more like a billion to me.
It looks like a billion.
I mean, I've been reviewing a lot of beers. I've seen a lot of...
It looks like a Guinness.
SRMs. Yeah, don't mind the Guinness glass.
It is very, very reminiscent of a Guinness, though. Nice head on it, too. It's
nice
looking...
Yeah, we got a solid half-inch of clingy head on here. That's just like Tud was asking for last week. One that'll stay on my mustache here.
There you go. It's a beautiful-looking beer.
Yeah.
It is. Lives up to the name.
Oh, didn't mean to do that.
So on the nose tastes, I definitely get those strong caramel aromas that you would expect. This is 10.2% Imperial Stout. I get a little bit of the booziness, but not a lot. Definitely those black malts shining through. So let's see how it tastes.
I think if I remember correctly, this one weighs in pretty heavy too.
Yeah, wow. I definitely get hit with strong caramel and toffee notes for sure. A little bit of that chocolate cacao flavor. Very rich malts. Not super sweet, but this is a damn good stout. I think I haven't had any of the other Black is Beautifuls yet, and I know that this project has been around for a while. I don't quite have the date of when they started, but I know I haven't. I think we're kind of at the tail end of these beers. There aren't really any breweries near me in Montana that do it, so I was excited for Tud to give me a can from Labyrinth. But I would love to compare it to other Black is Beautiful variants and see how they all put their own spin on it. But yeah, I taste the booze, the 10.2 I taste, but lots of rich chocolatey caramel, toffee, deliciousness. It doesn't really have too long of a lasting effect. That mouthfeel isn't really that sticky, I guess we said was the official term.
Yeah.
Not a very long lasting aftertaste. It dissipates pretty quickly. So I think I'll be downing this one relatively quickly.
Nice.
For a 10.2% beer, that's a powerful puncher.
Yeah. No, it's really good. And, we've had Labyrinth's IPAs on. We've had their pumpkin beers on. We've had a lot of their different variants.
Their fest beers on.
Fest beer.
Sours.
That's right. Yeah. And I don't know if I've ever had a beer like a stout from them before on the show, but I think that they have proven they can go all around the spectrum. You did that Sour Patch one, even.
Yep.
We've had sours on from them. So Labyrinth sounds like you can't really go wrong. Please give us money or free beer. We'd be happy with either for all this free advertising we've done.
Some people might look back at their timeline and see, when we started to dub them the official podcast or sponsor of the podcast, they've really gotten a lot better, according to research I did.
Yeah. Those two might be related. Yeah.
I'm not saying there's no study saying they're not related, so I think that's...
Draw your own conclusions, people.
I will tell you this. I was there this past weekend, and they have a experimental quad on tap, and it tastes like straight up bananas, and it was delicious. Like, I was like, guys, you gotta make this more often. It was fantastic. And they had an experimental sour a couple times ago too that was out of this world. Like, they're doing some good stuff out of that brewery.
I really thought that story was going to end with, I went there the other day and I got a cease and desist.
They told me you can't keep coming back here.
Yeah,
I'd be so sad.
Back here. We are not associated with your podcast at all. Oh man, JK, we love you.
Yeah, we love you, Labyrinth, and you've made some very wise brewer's choices with this beer. I think. I think this is gonna get a solid 4 1/4 from me.
Okay.
It's solid. I don't really have any reasons why I would knock it down from a 4.5, but it's just where it's hitting me today. I don't know if I've been extra stingy on my ratings lately or what, but this is a 4 1/4.
So what do you think the Untappediverse rates this?
I think they're gonna rate this beer at an average of 4.11.
Oh my god, so close.
So
wait, was that a foghorn? Or no, it was a buzzer. Okay.
So, and I don't even know if you don't deserve that many wrong sounds.
No.
So out of 82 check-ins, their rating is a 4.12.
Oh, damn it! I thought we were gonna get it. Now it's just one of us needs to get it. I don't even care who it is.
It's honestly, I can't believe we've gone this long without getting it.
We're like really good at this game.
Yeah, we all kind of know how Untapped works, so it's like,
this is like our probably 4th or 5th that we've been 100th of a point off.
I know, right? God damn.
But honk, 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 honk.
You're the man of the people.
I am man of the people. Honk, honk, honk.
I will say, just real quick, I have had one Black is Beautiful. I didn't do it on the pod, but I don't remember, and I don't know if it was Divine Barrel or
I think you did it on the pod, did you not?
I don't think I did.
I
don't think I did. But I don't know if it was Divine Barrel, if it was another one. But it was super, super smoky. So it's kind of interesting that, like, you get no smoke, and, like, that's all I got was smoke. Actually, I think I have an extra can. I can look and fill y'all in later. But
yeah, and I didn't explicitly say it, but yeah, no real smokiness in this beer.
Yeah, so that's really cool that, it makes me want to try, like, all of them, all of the beers.
I think Tox did a like chocolate covered marshmallow Black is Beautiful. Like, everybody's had a little bit of fun with it, which has been really cool.
It was Divine Barrel.
Okay, so with that, it's time for everybody's favorite segment of the podcast, Thanksgiving edition of Three Handles on Our Frosty Mug of Wisdom, where we take it out, we fill it with cranberry sauce, turkeys,
gravy,
songs about Thanksgiving,
mashed potatoes,
all that good stuff on this very special Thanksgiving three-handled Frosty mug. And I want to be thankful for Jordan, as always, leading us into the segment with this very special song.
Test your handle. Test your handle. Test your handle. Test your handle.
Mug of Wisdom! Drink. Mug of Wisdom!
Okay, and again, I'll say it again because it's Thanksgiving. Thanks, Jordan, for that song. Check him out, Wreck My Podcast. Man of the People, that's me. Yes, as man of the people, honk, 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 honk. I decide who gets which course this week. And for the appetizer, for that cheese platter, Chris, why don't you go first with this special Thanksgiving handle?
Okay, so this is a bit of a oddball, an odd one. But every Thanksgiving, friend of ours, James, who designed the 3 handles on our Frosty Mug of Wisdom, he posts on Facebook a really, really dumb YouTube video, but I look forward to it every year. I don't know why. It is just a bright little spot. It's of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and someone took a part of Uncle Phil talking about Thanksgiving foods and kind of remixes it into a really bad song. So, like I said, this is just a small snippet of my Thanksgiving. I look forward to it every year. Hopefully he does it again this year, even though it means absolutely nothing. But I sent the video to Tud. So Tud, could you drop some of those thick beats about Uncle Phil talking about mashed potatoes?
All right.
I can't do this. I can't give up my favorite food's cold turkey. Oh my God. Turkey. With pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds of pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds of butter-drenched dress. Pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds of what the heck is this? Pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds of batter and gravy. Pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. I can't remember when I worked up such a sweat.
I have so many reactions to this. So, first of all, that's such a James song to post. Second of all, it's such a catchy, it's such a thing that would stick in Chris's head and he would be saying it for months.
Yeah.
And I just like the fact that it's not like, oh, here's a song I like. It's, I look forward to James posting this every year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I won't go listen to it on my own. I want James to post it for me.
Thanksgiving tradition is this. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, get out of here. I wait for this post every year. It's my favorite. So James, if you're listening to this, please do it again.
On an unrelated note, are they doing the parade this year?
Yes.
I have no. Oh, are they? Okay.
So, living with my parents, I should have my own segment called "Living with Your Parents." Living with my parents in Connecticut, I hear a lot of "Good Morning America" in the background while I'm trying to work, and you learn things on "Good Morning America" about pointless crap like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. So I can tell you that they're going 1 block just for the cameras, and that's it.
That's it.
I mean, that's being at home. That's all you care about anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just want to see the damn floats, right? I mean,
yeah.
Right.
Just
It's
show
just like
me,
they're doing.
show me Snoopy.
They're doing sports for those of us at home and not the full stadium. They're just doing the parade for people at home.
like, how does
Show me Snoopy and tell me how he's been around for 150 years.
I have so many questions that I think I'll just have to find out on Thursday how they're answered. Like who is there going to be people on the streets? What happens to the marching band? Like, yeah, where are all those people? Like, what are they going to do for those people on the block? Those people can't be socially distanced. Are there even going to be people allowed on the streets? So many questions.
I assume not. I mean,
will Snoopy? I bet you I can bet on this. Will Snoopy have a mask on?
I bet you you can't bet on it because people already know that. I'm sure there's pictures out there of Snoopy with a mask on.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you were an inside floater, as I'm sure they're called, you could make a bunch of money. So
Will Pikachu also have a mask on?
that one you can bet on, believe it or not. No.
Oh, okay.
The odds are minus 250. But okay, well, that's very
Pillowy
interesting.
mounds of mashed
Mashed
potatoes.
potatoes. Interesting. So
Oh.
we are going to have a 1-block parade. We're going to be able to see those beautiful floats. Next, we have to.
By the way, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. You'll be
Yes.
missed.
Oh, yes.
Peace, Uncle Phil.
Rip Uncle Phil.
Absolutely. Like they're doing the. Oh wait, maybe it'll be a future handle, but like, but
The
we'll talk
reunion
about
show?
it. We'll talk about it later. Yeah. Wink, wink. Don't ruin it. I don't have many handles. Anywho, so next on the Frosty cranberry sauce dish of wisdom. I guess it's a mug filled with cranberry sauce. I think that's what it
A
is.
lot of cranberry sauce.
Pillowy mug of wisdomy wisdom.
Pillowy mug of wisdomy wisdom. Obert, what is your main course? I think Obert's the turkey. Obert's the turkey.
I think so.
The
Gobble,
turkey's
gobble,
out.
gobble.
Gobble,
What is
gobble,
it with
gobble,
me and bird sounds on this show? I don't
Obert
know.
and foul noises.
I got the foul.
What you got going on?
So I'm going to return to hit segment of the show, Living with Your Parents. Segment of the show where I talk about living with your parents. And my parents are old school. They do things the old school way. One of those things that they do an old school way until I got my dad this for Christmas was they had the old, tiny, hard to read thermometer stuck in the turkey. Impossible to read. You got to open the oven, look in there. My dad could never know what the temperature was. Again, I'm overselling the black and white part of this infomercial.
Yeah, I was like, you made fun of me a couple episodes ago for sounding like an infomercial.
Yeah. So I got him for Christmas a couple years ago.
Be funny if you got it for him this year and you were ruining it for him right now, live on the podcast.
Yeah, right. I got him a temperature probe that you can stick in your turkey. I got hooked on this when I do the trash can turkeys because it's got like this steel braided cable. You can set up your little temperature display outside your oven and makes things a lot easier. And it's just like one of those little tiny life convenience things that you got enough stress going on Thanksgiving. Here's one way to make it a little bit easier. Get your day drinking wife a nice little early Christmas present or something. Whoever's in charge of the oven. This is a kitchen gadget I can highly recommend.
So I have a funny story about this handle.
Okay.
So last year, as I've discussed on this podcast, I grilled my turkey. Well, I went out and I bought one of these handy dandy things, these internal temperature thermometers, and it lit on fire and caused my entire turkey to burn. Turkey came out great, by the way. A little burnt on the outside, little extra crispy. But they do work. I think you just have to buy the right brand. I think I bought the wrong brand. Mine came from Walmart. I should have spent a little bit more money and gotten a name brand one. But
yeah, I think the one I got my dad was a Cuisinart brand, which they make good stuff.
They make good stuff.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you were able to top off that handle. And so with that, what do we got over here for dessert, Tud?
All right, so my handle this week is going to be delivery, getting your Thanksgiving dinner delivered. In this time of uncertainty in the world, a lot of the restaurants in the area that I live in, at least, are offering to-go meals on Thanksgiving. So in case you don't feel like cooking, you can order from them, and they'll give you a plate of food, and you basically can design your meal, from appetizers to what's on your plate to what your dessert is. I mean, and if you would like to spend more and get more appetizers, you definitely can, or get more on the plate, you definitely can do that. And, for decently priced meals, I mean, I think that the place down the road from me is doing a turkey dinner for about, $15, but it comes with mashed potatoes and stuffing and cranberry sauce and, I think green bean casserole and, I think like 4 or 5 different sides. And then, you can order a piece of pumpkin pie for like $3. It's a really good deal. So that's my handle this year, because I will be doing that. And the reason I'm doing that this year, unfortunately, because I loved cooking my turkey last year, is a couple weeks ago I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and unfortunately I will have to be I have to have surgery the Monday before Thanksgiving. So when you're hearing the sound of my voice right now, I will be in the process of having surgery. I should be fine. I should make a complete recovery. But unfortunately, I'm unable to participate in the fun that is Thanksgiving usually. Given how we schedule our podcast, I'll also be on next week's episode as well. So you will hear my voice. After that, I will be gone for a week or 2 or 3, and even then, when I return, I don't know what my situation will be for drinking. Unfortunately, health comes first. So everybody, make sure that make sure you check yourself for lumps and bumps. And if you have a lump or a bump, and if it doesn't hurt, make sure you tell a doctor, because that's what I did, and that's how we found it. So I guess sub-handle of my get your Thanksgiving dinner delivered is to check yourself regularly for cancer, because even at the age of 32, it's possible.
Well, I just want to be the first to say it here. Obviously we're all going to be thinking about you come Monday. You mean a lot to us. We're thankful for you as a co-host. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you already told the surgeons to play this podcast episode during the surgery.
It's a requirement. I heard that I get to listen to what I fade off into darkness, for the surgery with. I'd like to hear the sound of my own voice, please.
Yeah.
It's not egomaniac or anything.
I know, right? The
you just want to sound like your two best friends are with you in surgery.
That's true. That'll make me feel much better.
Yeah.
There you go. The surgeon's going to be like, man, this podcast is badass. Let's leave this on. Yeah, no. I mean, it's obviously one of those things that you never want to hear, but I'm glad that the outlook is very bright. So that's always a good thing. I know, being me and your friend, I was worried before I started doing my own research, and I didn't go to the bad websites. I went to the good websites. So, but obviously, I'll be thinking about you all day Monday. We all know that. And yes, so cheers to a speedy and easy surgery and recovery, of course. So
cheers, guys.
Cheers to that.
Thank you guys both. And so with that, I don't want to bring down the fun too much, especially because you're going to hear my voice next week too, people. So, and
it's a secret.
I'm sure we can figure out a way to put in a little disclaimer that I was fine, and give the audience an update. We'd like to thank the breweries that provided today's beers. I will go first and thank Resident Culture for their Antisocial Butterfly, and I'm also going to thank Chris for providing it for me. Thank you, Chris. Happy Thanksgiving.
I would like to thank Obert for bestowing upon me this amazing beer from Drecker, the Metaphase DDH Deepa.
And I want to thank, first of all, Labyrinth Brewing. Second of all, Weathered Souls. And thirdly, co-host Tud, thank you very much for this Black is Beautiful.
Just had to outdo everybody by thanking 3 people. Please head over to social media and follow us at DAWF Podcast. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Untapped. Also, make sure you head over to the Discord and join our live discussion there. I happen to, in all the excitement of my life, miss the fact that Sal had actually recommended last week's beer that I had done. So, had I have just paid a little bit more attention, I would have known that they were already out there, but I didn't. I missed that one. So, apologies to Sal for that. Also, make sure you follow the email at dawfpodcast@gmail.com. Send your questions, send your comments, send your concerns, send what you're doing. Send us your Thanksgiving traditions. We'd love to know what you guys think is your favorite Thanksgiving tradition. Is it something that we missed, or something that we should discuss on the podcast for next year? Who knows? Maybe if you send it in, you'll get a special shout out on next year's episode when we revisit this all over again.
If you are listening to this in an operating room and you think, I want to listen to more of this podcast, subscribe, rate it 5 stars on iTunes.
Stop what you're doing.
Yes.
No. Finish that. Finish the surgery.
No,
you're walking by an operating room and you hear this blasting through the loudspeakers.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, make sure you head over. We are available everywhere. Every single platform that podcasts are on, we're there. Also, make sure you're telling your friends. We're a beer podcast, people. Like I say every week, we're not a special podcast that you need to keep quiet. Guerrilla marketing. Let's do it. And so, with that, my name's Tud.
My name's Chris.
And I'm Obert. And remember, if you're drinking alone, do it with friends.
Pillowy Mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds. What the heck is this? Pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds. Pillowy mounds. Pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds. Oh my God. Pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Then you certainly earned your lunch.
So, do you think we could buy like a plane to do like skywriting?
Yeah.
The AWF podcast.
Yeah. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
Pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds.
How about a float in the Thanksgiving Day parade?
I like that one.
Yes.
Maybe Snoopy carrying our logo.
Three-handled mug.
Carrying our mug. Yes.
Potatoes. Pillowy mounds. Pillowy mounds.
Everybody thought he was gonna have a mask. Quick swerve.
he got exempt from the mask because he was drinking.
And alcohol kills everything.
Well, we know the CEO of Macy's listens to this podcast, so Macy's CEO. if you're
Yeah,
listening,
John
That's
Macy, if you're listening.
right on in. We can work out a deal for to get our logo up on the balloon. Obviously, you guys will have to pay us, but that seems like a win.
Pillowy mounds of mashed potatoes. Pillowy mounds of mashed